I'll give it a listen. I'll see how that's going.
Thanks for that. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. Getting louder, louder, louder. Okay, I think that's okay. Maybe just bump it up its arch just a little bit. Test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, that's perfect. All good.
So if you have somebody who can switch between the two, yeah. Not bad. Yeah. Yeah. So do you control the switching for you? Yeah. Very clean. That's really good. That's really good. Comes out really nicely. Yeah. I'll make sure I don't do that. So try Heidelberg.
the Shelby on the shirt. Say Shelby on the shirt. Sure. I was just like, weirdly, it's very good. That's obviously.
I'll send it to you. Send it over.
Do you want a drink?
No, I don't know. Thanks, man. Cheers.
Good afternoon and welcome to Olympic Village for today's NPLW Victoria game of the round. It's a top of the table clash between the two reigning champions, Heidelberg United and South Melbourne. Both teams undefeated to start the season. Heidelberg with a perfect 3 wins from 3, while South Melbourne with 2 wins and a draw to start the new campaign and to continue their strong start to the year. These two teams, traditional rivals here in Victorian football, and continuing it here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. My name is Nick Tabano. I'll be taking you through all the action today and what's set to be a potential finals preview today between two teams who have set the bar quite high in the early stages of this season. We're expected to be right up there once we get to September football, and finals are right around the corner. Of course, this is Heidelberg's first game back at Olympic Village since being crowned champions last year on an incredible run to win the championship in dramatic fashion, defeating Preston Lions in the grand final 3-2, while South Melbourne looking to return to the finals this year after missing out last year, finishing in 5th. We'll take you through the starting lineups for both teams. Starting off with Heidelberg, they have made one change from the side that defeated FV Academy 5-2 last week. Coming into the side is Bronte Peel back into the team today. Heidi Dry goes to the bench for today, and Holly Tansen is among the absentees who drops out of the squad altogether. She's joined the starting lineup by Mia Bailey, Maya Hyson, Rosie Wild, Cameron Barrero, Sawa Matsuda, Keeling Lockhart, Asuka Miyata, Molly Burke, Samantha Kerwood-Wagner and Judy Connolly. South Melbourne, on the other hand, have made one change from the team that defeated Alamein 3-0 at Dorothy Laver last week. Coming back into the squad is youngster Jessica Sheehan, replacing Akeisha Sandu in the starting 11, while Sophia Papastanis drops out of the squad altogether for today. Some key outs still for South Melbourne. No Annabelle Haffenden, Grace Taranto and Bella Sewards as well, all missing. While for Heidelberg, they're still without Daniela Galuccio. And new signing Nicole Cooper, who we still haven't seen this season, of course, was a prolific goal scorer last year with 13 goals for Brunswick Juventus, but still yet to find the mark or make her debut nonetheless in 2025 for her new club. Rounding out that starting 11 for South Melbourne, Christina Esposito in goals with Bridie Cooling, Francesca Yamano, Olivia Bomford, Raquel Dorales, Misha Westland, Nikki Furukawa, Mami Ambo, Alana Byrne and Tiffany Eliadis. Of course, Mami Ambo playing against her former side today. Incredible end to last season she had for the Burgers, helping inspire them to a brilliant second half of the season where they went on to win that championship. Scored 5 goals last season in 13 appearances for the Burgers, but now lining up in South Melbourne blue, wearing the number 18 today. It will be South Melbourne kicking us off, going from left to right in their traditional blue. Heidelberg in their traditional yellow and black, going from right to left. And we're underway here at Olympic Village. South Melbourne and Heidelberg looking to continue their perfect starts to 2025. Both teams undefeated. Heidelberg, of course, 2 points clear of South, courtesy of winning all 3 of those games. South Melbourne drawing in round 1 against the Bentley Greens. But since then, have just been on the tear. 7-2 win against FV Academy, then a 3-0 win against Alamein. Well, Heidelberg, of course, started on the road in all 3 of their games. 3-2 winners against Burundara, a 2-1 win against Bentley, and then 5-2 winners at the home of the Matildas against FV Academy last week. For the through ball there towards Dorales, but it was Wild who intercepted that one, sends it long, and Esposito quick off her line and was under pressure there, but the flag is up. So early foray forward there for the Burgers. It was Bronte Peel who was offside, one of their new signings this season, coming across from Maitland in northern New South Wales. Barrera up the line here towards Keely Lockhart. Miata, 3 of the key players from their championship winning side last season. Yamano couldn't bring it under control. Lockhart looking to play it back towards Peel, but the South Melbourne captain did brilliantly there in Yamano. Here's Bridie calling. Played out from defence. Doralis dropping deep to receive the ball. Eliadis offers support. Lovely through ball in behind here. And here's Furukawa, who shoots on goal and puts it into the back of the net. And what a start for South Melbourne. Nikki Furukawa with her third goal now for Hellas. And she's on fire to start the new season. And kicks off this game with a bang. Brilliant work there from Doralis to feed it through. And Furukawa with a tidy finish gives South Melbourne the early advantage. And what a start here from Hellas. And it's one of their new signings. The Canadian hits the score sheet. And South Melbourne are off the mark here at Olympic Village. Furukawa, 3 appearances and 2 goals heading into today. Make that 3 goals for the season. She's really been on fire since making the move across the Tasman, where she was in red-hot form in New Zealand. But now making her name here in NPLW, and a name certainly to watch throughout the remainder of this season. But a real strong start here from Matthew Shepherd's side. Alana Byrne with the switching ball, tried to find Marmiambo on that far side. So how can Heidelberg respond here? They have found themselves behind in games this season, done well to respond, but a big test here for the Burgers. Been in red-hot form, going all the way back to the midway point of last season. Of course, we're on that incredible run all the way to the championship, snuck into the top 4 towards the end of the season, getting in ahead of South Melbourne, and then beat Bulleen in the semi-finals on the road, and then knocked off Preston in a dramatic 3-2 win. Here's Byrne. Slotting in at centre back alongside Bridie Cooling. We saw her play more as a number 6 at Bulleen, but Shepherd opting to play her as part of the back 4 this season as Barrero with a audacious ball into the area, but it's gone behind for a goal kick. Alana Byrne, one of many new faces in this South Melbourne team. So many new faces coming in from other teams. When you look at Byrne, Eliadis, Ambo, Furukawa, Doralis, Bomford, star-studded team. Of course, Eliadis and Byrne coming across from Bulleen, part of that premiership winning team last year. Alana Byrne has been part of that Bulleen side for many, many years before making the move to Lakeside. Esposito. Guerrero does well to telegraph that clearance. Lockhart. Pressure there from Cooling. As well to shepherd the ball there, Lockhart. Yamano comes over to support. And it's going to be a corner here for Heidelberg, so Lockhart did well to win the corner regardless. So an opportunity here for Heidelberg, down a goal early. Miata going over to take this corner. It's all timber up from the back here for Heidelberg. Miata whips it into the area, in towards the back post, and an opportunity there for Rosie Wild, who got her head to that one, but it bounces straight into the hands of Christina Esposito. Rosie Wild, one of the new signings for Heidelberg this year, coming across from Brunswick Juventus, and has made an immediate impact for the Burgers this season. Long ball over the top, looking for Doralis. She times her run well. Hasten getting back to put Doralis under pressure. Here's Bomford. Well played there from Wild, getting across, and a strong challenge there from Bomford, and a free kick awarded there to the home side. Bailey sending it long. Ball played there by Matsuda on that far side, getting herself in a crossing position along the deck there to Miyata. Fed short, Lockhart. Good first touch there from Lockhart, but well defended there by South Melbourne. Yamano getting across to win that ball back. Here's Matsuda. Major not cleared here for South Melbourne. Looking for Lockhart in the middle. It's well defended. Ellis can go back the other way here through Bomford. Ambo looking for the switching pass towards Furukawa, but Barrero did well to intercept. Feed it through towards Matsuda. Ball flicked through over the top. Matsuda's in behind, and it's well telegraphed in the end there by Esposito. Looks like that's been a late change to the team sheet for South Melbourne. Akeisha Sandhu is starting this game for South Melbourne, and Jessica Sheen on the bench. So Sandhu slotting in back at left back. She's been in some great form. So after all that, South Melbourne going in unchanged from the team that beat Alamein in that starting 11. Of course, Akeisha Sandhu returning to South Melbourne after a year away. Spent the start of last season with Calder before making the move to Czechia, where she played for SK Sigma Olomouc. Has since returned here to South Melbourne after a brief foray over in Europe. Matsuda couldn't bring that one under control, and it's out for a throw-in. Bomford. Sandhu resets to Ambo. Going to feed it through. Well played there by Doralis. Brilliant first touch and looking to fade through towards one of Furukawa Westland. Falls here to Furukawa. Has an effort on goal. It was always rising. Unable to add a second. Was the Canadian. She's causing problems when she's been able to get the ball in those dangerous positions. Strong challenge there from Ambo to win the ball back here for the visitors. Barrero does really well to get around Furukawa, and Imano comes charging through, but Barrero did well to get the key interception. Furukawa winning it back. Here's Yamano in a crossing position. Looks to play it along the deck, but straight to Miyata. Eliadis getting across and intercepting. Bomford switching ball out wide towards Sandhu. It's well defended. Chance now for Heidelberg to go back the other way. That's just eluded Peel, but she does well to win the throw-in. She put Calling under enough pressure. Trying to chase down that ball from Samantha Kerwood-Wagner. American import. Slotted in brilliantly at right back since making the move to the Burgers. And a heavy pass there from Lockhart. Couldn't get it back to Barrero. And it's turned over. These two teams have played 56 times before today. South Melbourne winning 30 of those. Heidelberg 20. 6 draws between the two teams. Two of the most successful teams in Victorian women's football. Victorian football really in general. Here's Mamiambo looking to cut inside. Does well. Feeds it through towards Raquel Doralis, and a brilliant save by Bailey. Did well to get off her line and make the stop there. Doralis in a very dangerous position. She's been causing all sorts of problems in the early going. Still looking for her first goal in South Melbourne colours is Doralis. It was well telegraphed there from Bailey to come off her line and deny the South Melbourne number 10. Ball whipped into a dangerous position, and getting ahead to it is Alana Byrne, who makes it 2 for South Melbourne. What a brilliant start here from the visitors. And in the blink of an eye, they have doubled their lead. A first South Melbourne goal, and a rare goal at that there for Alana Byrne. Coming up from the back and nodding home from close range. And South Melbourne doubled their lead. Alana Byrne, who made the move across from Bulleen in the off-season, getting up from the back and nodding home. Scored 4 of her 11 career goals in NPL football last season. And she's off the mark here now in 2025 and in South Melbourne colours. The most experienced players at this level. And South Melbourne at the moment have got a stranglehold of this contest. How can Heidelberg respond? They have a chance here now through Matsuda, but she couldn't chase it down. And it's out for a throw-in going in the favour of South Melbourne. Matsuda can't believe it. She thought to leave it because it was going to be their possession. What a start here for the visitors. Actually running rampant in the early going as Furukawa was offside there. Barrero. Let's play moving and able to win some yardage there. Big task for Dennis Georgakopoulos' coaching staff to try and turn this one around. It's been a resounding start from the visitors. Miata, 1-2 there. Essentially was Connolly. The shot was blocked. Westland to Bomford. They've been able to control that midfield battle in the early going. South Melbourne. So much experience in this team. Here's Byrne. Byrne 14th all time for appearances in NPL Victoria football. As here's Furukawa getting in behind, and another chance here for South Melbourne. Westland goes to ground. And it's a free kick on the edge of the area. And again, this South Melbourne attack causing all sorts of problems. And this time was Westland, who's been in red-hot form. And in fact, it's a penalty. Well, the referee seemingly had pointed towards a free kick, but in the end, it's actually been awarded as a spot kick here for South Melbourne. And now they have a chance to go 3 to the good. And it is Tiffany Eliadis stepping up to take this. Up against Bailey. Eliadis slots it home. And what a start for South Melbourne. 3-0 after only 15 and a half minutes. And Eliadis has her first goal back in South Melbourne colours. Now, after a bit of conjecture whether it was a free kick or a penalty, in the end the spot kick was awarded. And South Melbourne 3 to the good inside 16 minutes here. What a start. Tiffany Eliadis, who made her name at South Melbourne all those years ago. Golden Boot winner in 2013 and 2014 for Hellas. Back on the score sheet here and off the mark in 2025. And this is a statement here from Matthew Shepherd's side. They are running rampant at Olympic Village. How can Heidelberg respond here? But South Melbourne, they're not done. Westland chasing this one down in a crossing position here. Westland skips past her player, looking to whip it in towards Doralis in the middle. And just nods it over the bar. It's a brilliant ball in from Westland. Doralis just unable to direct that one on target. It was a bullet header. And that's a Poor goal kick there from Bailey. Straight to Furukawa. She goes for goal. Shot's blocked. And it falls perfectly into the path there of Ambo. But her shot was blocked. She went for the unselfish option, seems like, in the end. And South Melbourne just all over the home side here. Here's Sandhu. Bomford. Yamato coming up from defence. Strong challenge there from Lockhart. And it's going to be a corner. So despite Lockhart's best efforts, it's going to be another opportunity here for South Melbourne to add to this 3-0 scoreline. Heading into this game, I don't think anyone would have seen this one coming. 3-0, we've barely even played halfway through this first half. Heidelberg, of course, coming into this game without a point dropped. South Melbourne as well undefeated. But 2 points behind with a draw to their name. Now looking to make it 4 to the good. Bomford floats it in towards the back post, and it's, for all heads, Byrne looking to put it back across goal with an audacious effort, but it's out for a goal kick. The benches for both teams. Heidelberg are going to be able to turn this one around. They might need a look to their bench. They've got plenty of experience in Steph Galea and Catherine Vlahopoulos, Heidi Dry, Amelia Ingalls, Aaron Tarrant, along with Anastasia Kiriakou on the bench today, the backup goalkeeper. Both Galea and Vlahopoulos, you think at some point will be called upon to try and turn this game around, because really at the moment Heidelberg just can't get a foothold in this game. South just controlling everything at the moment. What can the Burgers do here? Here's Wild. A step up from defence. Heavy touch there from Lockhart, and it's turned over again. Byrne forced to go all the way back to Esposito. Cooling. For Akara. Chests it on towards Westland. Well defended there. Getting across was Molly Burke. On the bench today for South Melbourne. Backup goalkeeper Ayana Ayagi. Jessica Sheehan, Liv Edwards, Dragana Klajic, Alana Filipovic and Gia Kapsimalis. So a mix of experience and youth on the bench for South Melbourne. Especially with Klajic and Edwards. Lockhart. She keep it alive. That's out for a throw in here for South. And you could have drawn up a perfect start for the visitors. This is as close to it as possible. 3-0 up, in control. Hoping to add to that as Furukawa goes to ground. Free kick given away by Barrero. So another opportunity here for Heidelberg. Sorry, for South Melbourne, but for Heidelberg to defend. Down 3-0, and they're going to need something special to turn this one around. South, they want to leave nothing to chance. They want to try and build on this while they can and really make the most of their advantage in this contest. Olivia Bomford standing over this free kick. Whips it in towards the back post. Bailey comes out with the fist and able to clear it away. Connolly helps it forward and sets a task here for Matsuda. Looking to chase this one down, but Alana Byrne did really well. Plays it back to Esposito. Trying to kickstart something at Heidelberg. If they've got to go more route one and try and get the likes of Peel and Matsuda and Lockhart into the game. They do have goals in them. They just haven't been able to create any sort of impact, but they win a throw in here. Sawa Matsuda, who was so prolific playing for Keilor Park last year in VPLW. 24 goals to her name. To play it through towards Kerwood Wagner. She wins the corner. Matsuda already has 3 goals to her name this season in Heidelberg colours. Brace against Burundara, won last week against FV Academy. can the Burgers do here? Down 3-0 early. The reigning champions respond. Miata floats it into the area and over the head of everyone. Wild got ahead to it, and Esposito did very well to make the save and keep that one alive. And seems as if Christina Esposito has hit the deck hard after making that save and seemingly looked like it had beaten everyone. But Rosie Wild did really well to get that header on target, and it forced a brilliant stop there from Esposito. He was a bit winded after that one. Play continues, and good to see that Esposito is all good to continue as well after that heavy knock. Furukawa getting in behind, and another chance here for South Melbourne across the face towards Doralis. But the flag is up. She did well to get her foot on that one and try and turn that one on target. But Bailey made the stop anyway. Regardless if that ball had ended up in the back of the net, it would have denied the South Melbourne number 10 her first goal in Hellas colours. Furukawa, Byrne and Eliadis all on the score sheet already. Byrne and Eliadis scoring their first of the season. Furukawa looking for the run there of Westland. Barrero. Bronte Power couldn't keep that one alive. Or sorry, Bronte Peel. And it's out for a throw-in. These two sides last year traded wins, traded 2-1 wins in fact. It was Heidelberg who did win that reverse fixture, or that at Lakeside 2-1. Courtesy of goals from Sarah O'Donoghue and Alana Janchevsky, who of course have since signed for Melbourne Victory and Perth Glory respectively. South Melbourne though did win this contest here at Olympic Village 2-1. And that was Heidelberg's last loss at Olympic Village, which came all the way back in round 6 of last year. So it's been a long time between drinks that Heidelberg have been defeated here. Here's Yamano looking to chase this one down, and it's out for a goal kick. So the Burgers have rarely lost since Sven Semild and Dennis Georgakopoulos took over last year. Dennis Georgakopoulos taking the reins this season. Put them in fine stead to go on that incredible run and secure the NPLW Victoria Championship. Just around this stage last year when they were struggling and weren't able to string together results, that seemed like a far-off possibility. Barrero, when you get things moving. Lockhart. Here's Connolly. As well to shield possession. Straight turn over there by Matsuda. Here's Westland. Barrero couldn't keep it alive. It's out for another throw in here for South Melbourne. It really was a tale of two seasons. It was South Melbourne who were in amongst that finals push for most of last season towards that second half of the year where Heidelberg really went on a run and were able to knock South out of the top 4. It was the likes of Bulleen and Preston and Essendon Royals last year that were the pace setters for most of last season. It was that battle between Heidelberg and South for 4th. And it was the Burgers who were able to get there. As Peel feeding it out wide towards Lockhart. Her and Matsuda have swapped wings in the last few minutes. Lockhart floats it into the area, but can steer that cross to anyone in particular, and it's out for a goal kick. So in case you missed it, South Melbourne, 3 goals to the good here. Jumping Heidelberg in the early going. It's Nicky Furukawa, who opened the scoring for South Melbourne. And in behind that Heidelberg defence with a classy finish in the end. Alana Byrne nodding home the second for South Melbourne. For Tiffany Eliadis' penalty. In South Melbourne, that 3-goal advantage. Westland. Happy to let that one run and takes the throw in. Misha Westland, one of the many players in this South Melbourne lineup with A-League women's experience. The likes of Adelaide United and Melbourne City. 30 appearances between the two teams. Francesca Yamano as well, spending time at Western United and Melbourne Victory. Tiffany Eliadis at Melbourne Victory as well, a championship winning player there. Raquel Doralis on the list of Western United for 2 seasons. Unfortunately was unable to add an appearance due to injury. A lot of injuries throughout those 2 years really cost her. Here's Kerwood Wagner in a crossing position. Sandu putting her under pressure here. To keep it alive, but Akisha Sandu did really well. Kerwood Wagner got a foot in. It's cleared away. Bomford. Strong challenge there from Keely Lockhart, and that's going to be a free kick there to South Melbourne. As well, Christine Esposito as well, playing for Canberra United, making the single appearance for South Melbourne. So for Canberra United. Back in the 2021-22 seasons against Brisbane Roar. We've got the likes of Bomford, who's dominated this level for the likes of Bayside and Bentley Greens over the last couple of seasons, and Sandu and Byrne and Furukawa, who's come in and immediately slot in. This team is just stacked with talent and experience. They're showing it in the early going here. Westland feeding it out wide. One comes from Sandu, looking to get forward from defence. This plays in the middle, whips it into a dangerous area, was hoping for Furukawa, but Barrero got a foot in and puts it behind for a corner. So a corner here for South Melbourne. Close to half an hour here at Olympic Village. Well and truly in control of this game. Talking to there from referee Caitlin Williams with the host of players all in around Mia Bailey on that goal line. With a set piece play here from South Melbourne, straight from the training field. Ball whipped into the near post, and it finds Alana Byrne. And it's somehow gone wide in the end, but what a goal that would have been if Byrne was able to pull that one off. Flicked it towards goal, and it was cleared off the line. But on the rebound, South Melbourne unable to add a fourth, and every time they've gone forward, even from set pieces, they've looked so dangerous. And Alana Byrne so close to adding a second, and a rare brace. It would have been for Byrne. 11 goals for her entire career before heading into today, but has one to her name already. Bailey out wide to Matsuda. Skipping past Yamano, goes to ground and wins the free kick. Barrero takes it quickly, switching ball out towards the right-hand side. Played through towards Peel. Well played by Yamano, getting across to deny Bronte Peel. Now a chance for South Melbourne to go back the other way. Here's Furukawa. Strong challenge coming through from Molly Burke, getting across to make the challenge. Didn't see much of Molly Burke in the early going. Another player with plenty of experience, part of that 100 club in NPLW Victoria. It's a special occasion for Molly Burke today. Her 124th appearance for Heidelberg takes her into 17th all-time, passing Savannah Anastopoulos and Emily Dolzen on the all-time list. So congratulations to Molly Burke. Of course, one of the new signings here at the Burgers, formerly of Alamein and Bayside United. Sandu looking to play it over the top. A bit too much on that one, so just see that one out for a goal kick. So to repel for the time being. Really have just been up against it all afternoon so far. Something special to turn this one around. Here's Matsuda gliding through the middle. Well played there from the Japanese attacker. Sandu couldn't bring it under control. Lockhart cutting inside, but just left it behind. So looking to make something happen here is Lockhart. Ball floated into the area. Matsuda gets him behind, but couldn't bring it under control. Second bite the cherry here for the Japanese attacker. Miyata going one way and back the other. Looking to feed it through. Yamano got a foot in. Matsuda does well. Goes to ground inside the box. And it's out for a goal kick, so down a bit easily there, did the Japanese attacker. Plenty of experience in this Heidelberg team and South Melbourne as well. Of course, we've got the two all-time appearance makers in NPLW Victoria playing today in Steph Galea and Francesca Yamano. Yamano's made one less appearance than Steph Galea, so if Galea doesn't play, I believe Yamano will go equal top with the Heidelberg number 7 as Miyata plays it along the deck. Lockhart back into the area. Onford clears it out there for a throw-in. So Galea with 165 NPLW Victoria appearances as Miyata with a volley into the area, and I mean, why not when it hasn't really fallen for the Burgers? Try and test your luck from range, but easy pickings there for Esposito. Yamano today making her 165th appearance, so Galea can keep herself ahead if she gets on the field at some stage, which you'd expect. She's made all her appearances this season off the bench for the Burgers, coming back from an off-season injury. Such great scenes last year, seeing her finally get her hands on championship success with the Burgers. An incredible grand final win. Matsuda, Miyata looking to play it through. Matsuda towards Peel. Calling did well. Well played there by Hayson. Here's Miyata feeding it out wide towards Lockhart. Looking to come centrally, but Alana Byrne, easy as you like there to clear it away. Kerwood Wagner in support. What can the Burgers do here? It's been a better spell here from the champions. Kerwood Wagner still going, but Sandra did well. Just over 35 minutes played, but perhaps these last few minutes just starting to finally work themselves into the contest, Heidelberg, but got such a huge mountain to climb. Here's Kerwood Wagner playing it through. Peel. Run comes there from Burke. Forced to retreat to Lockhart. Monty Peel's still on the deck at the moment. Finally getting back to her feet. Just no real options there for Heidelberg, so the ball just sort of stuck on that far side at the moment. Sandra did well just to see that one behind for a goal kick. Great first touch there from Yamano, cutting inside. Play there from the South Melbourne captain, looking to feed it through. Westland collides there with Barrero. Yamano Under all sorts of pressure, but cool, calm, collected as always. Calling. Hayson stepping up from defence. That ball back there for Heidelberg. Here's Miata. Able to get involved a little bit in the last few minutes, but not the same wavelength there as Matsuda. Pass goes all the way through to Christina Esposito. Going to take some more seconds here for South Melbourne, closing in on half-time. 3 goals to the good. That's been a better stretch here from Heidelberg. If they can get one back, it would make things very interesting heading into the second half. Esposito under pressure there. Did well to get it out from underneath her. Cooling. Plays up the line to Yamano. So South Melbourne get themselves out of danger. Doralis, great first touch. Plays it centrally there to Bomford. Eliadis. Armbo. Slade here with Kerwood Wagner. Some support to her left. Looking to go herself there, Armbo. Shot takes a wicked deflection. And it's out for a corner. Chance here for South Melbourne to add to this 3-0 scoreline. They've been very dangerous from set pieces. Looking to add a fourth here before the break. Bomford standing over this corner. Floats it into the area. Not a bad ball at all. It's off the crossbar. And really it eluded everyone in the end, and Bomford's cross almost found its way in, and they've been damaging from set pieces so far, South Melbourne. On that occasion, usually it's been from the players getting on the end of them, but Bomford's almost found its way all the way in. Almost more unlikely of Olympicos. Usually you see those Olympicos come in from those in-swingers, but that was an out-swinger which just glided through the air and caught Mia Bailey off her line. Bomford, of course, 2 goals already this season, coming off 10 goals last year with Bentley Greens. Was key in keeping the Greens up in NPLW Victoria last season. Making the move to South Melbourne after a couple of seasons down at Kingston Heath with the team formerly known as Bayside, then Bentley last season. Part of the All-Star team as well, representing Victoria against Queensland in the Battle of the States. Morales' pass is intercepted. He's looking to move. Matsuda back towards Burke. Matsuda comes across the support. Barrero all the way back to Bailey. It's the first time, and get the ball through to Matsuda. Cooling. Long ball over the top, but a bit too much on that one. Bomford was never going to get on that one. Mia Bailey did well to come off her line. Oh, Hasten under all sorts of trouble there, and well played from Furukawa. Here's Doralis. Another chance here for South Melbourne. Westland. Plays it centrally to Yamano. Back to Westland. Whips it into the area. Dangerous ball in, and Umbo got ahead to it, but it's straight at Mia Bailey, who gets play moving quickly, sending it long. Great first touch from Byrne. Turned over. Kerwood Wagner. Long ball over the top, and Golding's header might actually work out here for Peel. Yamano getting back, but Peel uses her strength brilliantly. But the flag is up against the former Maitland attacker. Brunty Peel still looking for her first goal for Heidelberg. The reigning Emily Van Egmond medalist for winning the Player of the Year in Northern New South Wales. It's named as well Maitland Sportsperson of the Year on the back of her exploits last year up in the Hunter. Didn't play last week, but back in the squad today, back in the starting lineup, but still looking at an all-important first goal for Heidelberg. Oh, and it's turned over. Here's Matsuda, looking to get him behind Cooling, but it's well defended there by the former Box Hill defender. Not allowing Matsuda to get him behind. Nervous moment there for South Melbourne, but they did well to repel. Here's Doralis. Furukawa. There's some Eliadis from deep, but Barrero did well to get a foot in and puts it out for a throw-in. Yamato, Doralis, lovely flick through towards Westland, and he puts the ball through towards Armbo, but a bit too much on it. Coming off their line was Bailey to intercept. Heidelberg looking to go back the other way. Closing in towards half-time here, Miyata. It's one way and back the other. Kerwood Wagner getting forward from defence. Sitting to the area and was looking for the run there of Peel. Burke, Lockhart. Wide again to Kerwood Wagner. Dangerous cross into the area there from the American, but a bit too much on that one, and it's out from a goal kick. Not too many chances for Heidelberg in this first half. The best of those perhaps falling to Rosie Wild, whose header was well saved by Esposito. Other than that, it's really been one-way traffic, and as much as South Melbourne are up 3-0 and scored all those goals early in this game, they could easily be up by more. Alana Byrne in particular, and quite dangerous. Close to adding a second, and Olivia Bomford's corner coming off the crossbar as well. Goes again on half-time here. South Melbourne, 3 to the good. Have some defending to do here. Can Heidelberg get one back and just make things a little bit more interesting heading into the break? Peel. Good tracking there from Peel. Put the South defence under some pressure, and Cooling let that run through to Esposito, who was off her line quickly. Gets play moving quickly here to Furukawa. It's been a thorn in Camberero's side all afternoon so far. It's been a good battle in this near side. Barrero has certainly held her own. Yamano. Back to Furukawa. Calling. Strong challenge there from Miyata. Eliada's just happy to slow things down. So we get around 2 minutes of added time here in this first half. Armbo looking to play it through. Played there from Wild, stepping out from defence. Connolly, and it's intercepted yet again. Armbo in the defensive half this time. Calling. Played through towards Doralis. Well played from Miyata. Looks to play it over the top, but a bit too much on that one. And again, Christina Esposito quickly off her line. Able to marshal things brilliantly in the defensive half. Bomford just slowing things down. It was Nikki Furukawa's goal, which opened the scoring for South Melbourne. Alana Byrne added a second for Tiffany Eliadis' penalty. Gave South Melbourne that 3-goal advantage. Not be under some danger here as the ball in from Matsuda in towards Peel. Let it run. Here's Lockhart. Shoots on goal. Brilliant stop there from Esposito. And a warning shot fired there from the reigning champions just before the break. But they might have some defending to do here. Yamano. Here's Bomford coming centrally. Yamano does really well and feeds it towards Doralis. Plays it in towards Westland, and Bailey off her line. Did well to get there just before Misha Westland get on the end of that. So one more chance here for Heidelberg before the break. Peel Well played by Cooling again. Just to snuff out that attack and just to settle things down as we close in on the half-time break. And there's half-time here at Olympic Village, and what an incredible first half. South Melbourne on an absolute tear in the first few minutes of this game, sending a real statement with an incredible start here, leading 3 goals to the good against the reigning champions. It was Nikki Furukawa who opened the scoring for South Melbourne for Alana Byrne, made it 2-0 to the visitors. Tiffany Eliadis added a third from the spot. And South Melbourne 3 to the good. Those goals very early in this contest, and so far looking the goods to continue their... Welcome back. Welcome back to Olympic Village for the second half of this NPLW Victoria Round 4 contest between Heidelberg and South Melbourne. The match of the round between the reigning champions of 2024 and the champions of 2023. And these are the champions of 2023 that are 3 to the good. 3-0 up inside the opening 15 minutes of this game, courtesy of goals from Nikki Furukawa, Alana Byrne and Tiffany Eliadis, adding the third from the spot. Heidelberg have a big mountain to climb to get back into this contest and keep their perfect start to the season alive, while South Melbourne... hoping to turn this one around, and South Melbourne 3 to the good, looking to seal this contest, going from right to left in their home blue kits. Beautiful day of action here at Olympic Village. Thank you again for tuning in here to the NPL Victoria YouTube stream for this game. Tabano here to take you through the remaining 45 minutes of this contest. And South Melbourne to put this one beyond doubt. Really send a statement to the rest of the league that they're here and they're ready to return back towards the top after last year's disappointment, missed finals. They've loaded up this off-season. Matthew Shepherd's done a brilliant job at getting this team raring to go. So here is Mami Ambo. Her and Nikki Furukawa have swapped wings in this second half. Olivia Bomford in behind. Bomford does well. It's out from underneath her, and Hasten getting across, and here's Peel. To think what the team talk would have been from Dennis Georgikopoulos and the Heidelberg Brains Trust to try and turn this contest around and get the Burgers back into this game and try and get something from this. It would take something incredible. We have seen stranger things happen before. It's Peel going to get in behind Yamano and did very well. Did the captain. Burgers do have goals in them. They put 5 past FE Academy last week. They put 3 past Borandara in round 1. 2 past Bentley as well. South Melbourne did keep a clean sheet last week against Alamein after leading 3-0 in that one, and were able to hold on to all 3 points quite convincingly. The ball over the top there from Bomford, and Furukawa's in behind. Brilliant first touch there from the Canadian. Goes to ground, and it's a penalty. And Nikki Furukawa going to the deck. Mia Bailey bringing her down inside the box. And now an opportunity for South Melbourne to add a 4th. And some talk here for those in the crowd that it should have been offside, but the penalty has been awarded. And Furukawa again causing problems, now this time on the left. And it will be Misha Westland who will take the spot kick. Look to add further pain here to Heidelberg and make it 4 to the good here for Hellas. Bomford steps up and puts it into the bottom corner. So is Westland with the finish. Misha Westland with her 4th goal of the season. She continues her red-hot streak. Goals in each of her last 3 games, including today. And she's in red-hot form. 4 goals for Westland. Nine goals now in NPL football for the former Adelaide and Melbourne City midfielder. Turned over here. It's a chance here for Heidelberg straight from kickoff to try and get something back from this game, and any chance that they really had of creating a bit of a comeback. Miyata goes from range, and not a bad effort there from the Japanese midfielder. It's just past the post. Any chance of that potential second half comeback has taken a massive hit here. To Westland adding a fourth for Hellas. Red hot form to start this season. Certainly a player to watch this year as Kerwood Wagner looking to play it through. Poor touch there from Byrne, and Peel couldn't get in behind, and Esposito did well. Was under pressure there was the South Melbourne defender. Monty Peel sniffing at the heels, but was just unable to get on the end of that. And is Byrne. Well played there from Miyata. Bomford as well to ride the challenge. Well played there from Olivia Bomford. Sandu. Edward Wagner getting across to make the challenge. Placing under all sorts of pressure there. It's well played by Mami Ambo. It's out of bounds for a throw-in. Doralis. Yamato. Ball played into the area, and it's taken a deflection and out for another corner. This is a real statement to the rest of the competition here from South Melbourne today. Just dominant from the word go. Led inside the opening 3 minutes through Nikki Furukawa. Lana Byrne adding a second from the set piece, nodding home, and then two penalties, Tiffany Eliadis and Misha Westland, all on the score sheet, other side of the break. As the ball floated in, they want a fifth here, South Melbourne, and it's in! It's Nikki Furukawa again! She has a second, and South Melbourne lead by 5. What a resounding performance here from the visitors. No one could have seen this one coming. And Furukawa has a second. Goal number 4 of the season for the Canadian, just gliding in at the back post and smashing home. Well, South Melbourne, they've really put the competition on notice with this performance today. 5 to the good. And cruising here. huge mountain to climb for Heidelberg just to at least restore something from this contest. It went into this game without a point dropped. 3 wins from 3. Setting the benchmark early. South Melbourne have just come out and made an almighty statement. Just crashed through the glass ceiling and themselves now firmly as the team to beat in 2025. Bomford. Byrne. Out to Sandu. Here's Westland. They play it over the top. Armbo. Cutting inside. Still going here is Armbo. Plays it along the deck and cleared away there by Kerwood Wagner. And he's looking to get play moving quickly, but again it's turned over. Marmy Armbo just down behind play. She requires some treatment here. Marmy Armbo requiring some treatment after coming off the field. South Melbourne at the moment cruising, but a chance here for Heidelberg. Kerwood Wagner along the deck and a chance on goal, and it's off the crossbar. And it was Catherine Vlahopoulos straight onto the field and looking to cause some problems in the Highleberg attack. And an immediate impact there from the substitute. Has come on here in the last few minutes. Immediately making something happen here. Well played by Vlahopoulos, who did come on during that stoppage. Facing Judy Connolly. As well, Heidi Dry as well coming on here for the Burgers. Here is Doralis in possession. Well played there by Miata. Looking to feed it through. It's Bronte Peel as well, who has come off here for Heidelberg. And here's a change from South Melbourne. It'll be the 16-year-old Gia Kapsimalis, who's coming on here for Marmy Armbo. So South back to 11. Armbo's afternoon ending prematurely after that injury. So both teams making some changes in the last few moments. Burke finds Kerwood Wagner, cutting inside. Back towards Burke. It's not a bad effort on goal there from Vlahopoulos. And 2 great efforts since coming on. Catherine Vlahopoulos immediately into the action and forcing a great save there from Esposito. Third most appearances for Heidelberg all time. Catherine Vlahopoulos behind Steph Kalia and Ali Torre. Sherwood Wagner. Byrne. Eliadis. Is Furukawa. Sandu. Back to Byrne. Here's Yamato. Can he get forward from defence? South Melbourne leading by 5. Would love to add another one here. There's Smallis, and the shot there from Bomford's not a bad effort. And just in dip in time, and it's out for a goal kick. Ball there forward from Heidi Dry, but a bit too much on that one. It rolls all the way through to the goalkeeper. Heidi Dry, formerly a part of FE Academy. Did start last week, but back to the bench this week. Lockhart. 1-2 there with Vlahopoulos. Lockhart still going. It's been a tough afternoon for Keely Lockhart. Still looking for her first goal of the season. Ball goes out of bounds for a corner. 13 goals last season for Lockhart. Incredible campaign alongside Alana Janchevsky, leading the way up front for Heidelberg last season. 13 goals for Lockhart, 12 for Janchevsky. Barrero from the short corner routine, cleared away by Westland. Doralis feeds it out wide. It comes here from Bomford. As Westland making the run centrally. Same with Doralis and almost finding Westland. It's well defended. And now a chance for Heidelberg to go back the other way. Kerwood Wagner going to get in behind Byrne. Well defended by Alana Byrne. And it's out of bounds for a corner. So Kerwood Wagner now moving forward to play on the right-hand side of attack. Starting at right back. Miata. Ball floated in. Knocked away there by Esposito. And it falls to Lockhart, who slams it home. Heidelberg do get one back. And it might just be merely a consolation, but it is something for the Burgers. Brilliant strike there from Keely Lockhart, her first goal of the season. And she's off the mark in 2025. Chesting it down and slamming it home from inside the box. And a little bit of a better passage there from Heidelberg. Gets rewarded with a goal. Lockhart with her first of the campaign and looking to build off that. Get back to the form that we saw her play with last year, where she was at times unplayable. Nervous moment at the back there. Furukawa is on a hat-trick and almost got on the end of that one, but it'll be a throw in here for South Melbourne, who won't add to their clean sheet tally this season, so perhaps the only blemish on what's been a perfect afternoon, but beggars can't be choosers after all. I'm sure if you said to them before the game that after just over an hour they'd be 5-1 up, they'd be more than pleased. Byrne going all the way back to Esposito. Stepping forward from defence. Well Played there by Kerwood Wagner, looking to play it in towards Matsuda. And played there by Miata. Goes for goal, and she's brought down here by Westland on the edge of the area. So a free kick here for Heidelberg. So it's been a much better patch here from Heidelberg, who have managed to get one back. He'll be hoping to add a second here. The goal would just be from Heidelberg just to end this game on with a good patch and try and build into next week. They do face the red-hot Alamein away from home. Let's see who stands over this free kick. It is Camberero and Catherine Vlahopoulos, who look like most likely to take this one. So can Heidelberg add a second and get things back to 5-2? Barrero fires on goal, takes a deflection, and Esposito was able to get across and make the stop. Looking to play it through. Kerwood Wagner in behind, but the flag is up. Just denying the American. He's looking for goals in back-to-back weeks. It's a good run from Kerwood Wagner, but just timing a run. It's a little bit not on the same wavelength as her teammates. Looks like South Melbourne are getting ready to make their second substitution of the game. 5-1 up and looking to shuffle the deck a little bit. It's Burns sending it long. Sent forward there from Wild. Sandu winning back possession for Akawa. Wild again stepping in and winning back possession there for the Burgers. Eliadis. Cooling. Stepping forward from defence. Really commanding performance from Bridie Cooling. Into the area is blocked by Matsuda. We are going to get that substitution. It is going to be the end of the game here for Olivia Bomford. Will be replaced here by Dragana Klajic for the remainder of this game. Really solid performance today from Bomford. Leading brilliantly in midfield. Came very close to scoring, hitting the crossbar in the first half. She's now replaced by Klajic. Goal to her name already this season in 3 appearances, but in and out of the starting 11. Second straight game coming off the bench, but certainly an embarrassment of riches in that South Melbourne team when you can start a player the calibre of Klajic off the bench and really chop and change things, and something that we're sure that Matthew Shepherd will look to work with throughout the seasons. Furukawa looked for the run of Doralis. It was well defended. Sandu, strong challenge. It's out for a throw-in. Sandu. I mean, essentially, she has a shot on goal, and it's not a bad curling effort, and it's saved there by Bailey. It's not a bad effort at there from the fullback, trying to catch Bailey off her mark. There's going to be a substitution here for Heidelberg, and it is going to be Steph Galea coming on here for the Burgers. Coming on here for Molly Burke, and as well, the end of the game for Cameron Guerrero, replaced here by Aaron Tarrant. Tarrant coming on for her second appearance for the Burgers, the former Bulleen Junior, and Steph Galea on the field here, making her 166th appearance in the top flight for the Burgers. Again, retakes her position atop the all-time leaders. One clear of Francesca Yamano, who did go level for the time being before Galea entered the field. The legend of women's football here in Victoria, Steph Galea. 1 goal to her name already against Bentley Greens this season. Hoping to have a strong finish to this game in the final 20-odd minutes here. Wild. Still a long way to go in this season for both these two teams, but the Burgers will certainly need to bounce back and not to labour on this result too much after what's been a tough day at the office for them. Their first loss here at home since round 6 of last year against South Melbourne. Must have had the wood over Heidelberg in this fixture now for the second straight year, and to record their 31st victory against Heidelberg all time. Furukawa on a hat-trick today has been brilliant, the Canadian. Opened the scoring and then added the 5th for South Melbourne. Clage. Next for South Melbourne, who do take on Brunswick Juventus back at home before Box Hill away, Spring Hills at home, then Preston away. So returning to Lakeside after a couple of weeks away next weekend. But of course, in between that game against Brunswick and Box Hill is the Easter break. So no league action in 2 weeks' time. Well, Heidelberg only played one of their next 4 at home. Alamein away, then Brunswick Juventus away, Box Hill at home, and then Spring Hills on the road after that. Tarrant gets things moving quickly. Played first time, and Westland's there to clear it away for a corner. So Heidelberg get another one back here. Kelly Lockhart with their sole goal today. As Miata plays it short, but Suda back first time to Miata, who sort of rockets that cross into the area, and the diving header attempt did come from Lockhart, who already has 1 goal to her name, and thought, why not? Clage plays it centrally. Westland. Played there by Miata, getting across and playing it over the top towards Galea. Cooling does well to usher that ball away there from Lockhart and puts it out for a throw. After that disappointment in round 1 for South Melbourne, where they drew away from home against at Kingston Heath against Bentley Greens, they've really been on a roll since then to record their 3rd consecutive victory. This perhaps the most impressive of the lot. Flage looking to play it through towards Furukawa. Tarrant did well. Lockhart essentially towards Matsuda. Calling getting across, and Here's Miata. Going to play it over the top, and the run comes here from Kerwood Wagner. She's in behind here, the American. Well played by Sandu. Still a chance here for Kerwood Wagner. It's back out wide. Now inside the box, so that's a penalty. So Matsuda did very well to glide her way through a few players and is able to win the spot kick here for Heidelberg, and another chance at a consolation here for the visitors. Well, after being 5-0 down, they've been able to get one back through Lockhart, and Matsuda hoping to add a second here against Christina Esposito. Matsuda already 3 goals this season. Looking for number 4. Matsuda steps up and it hits the crossbar. Matsuda on the follow-up, nods it home. But of course, it's a double touch. So no goal, because it didn't touch Christina Esposito. She didn't make the save. So Sawa Matsuda's goal will not count. Hitting the crossbar, bounced back into her direction and nodding home from close range, but of course that is illegal. And that really just sums up what has been a difficult afternoon at the office for Heidelberg. So close to adding a second, but denied there by the crossbar and then by the referee. But it's not your day, it's not your day. Kerwood Wagner. Switching ball out wide towards Lockhart. Plays it first time. Byrne. Matsuda. Well played by Alana Byrne. She's had a fantastic performance today. Can we get things moving again? Stepping up from defence. It's well defended. Rosie Wild's going on a bit of an adventure here. Plays it out wide here to Galea. In a crossing position here. Galea plays it along the deck. It's spilled inside the box. Still a chance here. And Kerwood Wagner couldn't get it out from underneath it. And Esposito makes the save. And Heidelberg have peppered in the last few minutes, but unable to get another one back. So has been a promising finish to this game from Heidelberg. It's just a little bit too little too late for them. Here's Westland, who's really controlled things brilliantly today in the middle of the park for Rakawa. Eliadis. Back to Cooling. Stepping up from defence, playing it through towards Doralis. Turns it over. Here's Lockhart. Yada over the top. It's out for a throw. It's going to be another substitution here for the Burgers. And Rosie Wild, who placed here by Amelia Ingalls. End of the game here for Rosie Wild, who's battled hard in defence today. She's really been up against it against the fleet-footed South Melbourne Attack that's caused all sorts of problems, but an opportunity here for Amelia Ingalls coming on in her place for the final few minutes, formerly of FV Academy. One of the young players coming through here at Heidelberg. Whip into the area. Kerwood Wagner got ahead to it. Galea looking to chase this one down. There's Tarrant in support. Galea plays it centrally. Kerwood Wagner. Run comes from Tarrant. She timed her run. Just a little bit offside there. Was the youngster. The flag is up, denying Heidelberg another chance on goal. Final moments of this game. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Sun's starting to set here in Melbourne's north. And it's turned over. Here's Miata. Goes at the outside of the foot effort and straight at Esposito. Miata trying her luck. She's had a few audacious efforts in this game, but just without the reward for her effort in midfield. She's battled hard today, but just hasn't been Heidelberg's day. Esposito getting play restarted. Yamato. Westland. Sandu. Goes to ground. That's going to be a free kick awarded there to Hellas. Seeing it open just to run off that knock. It's back here in NPLW Victoria after a stint in Europe. Back in South Melbourne colours as well. Ball played over the top for Kerwood Wagner. Chases this one down. It's Galea in support centrally. As well there, Kerwood Wagner and Alana Byrne getting across and putting that one out for a throw-in. Here's Tarrant. Cross is blocked. Claich. Westland. Some green shoots for Heidelberg to work on with this better end to this game from them. Of course, we're down 5-0, down by 3 at the break. Those goals from Westland and Furukawa really putting this result beyond doubt, but getting one back through Lockhart and having some chances of their own. And that's going to be a yellow card to Catherine Vlahopoulos, the challenge there on Claich. Disappointed with how they started this game, conceding 3 of those goals inside the opening 15 minutes of the contest, and it's always been an uphill battle for them. The first of those coming in the opening couple of minutes through Furukawa. And really since then, it's been one-way traffic as Byrne floats it into the area, and coming off her line well was Bailey, making the stop there and looking to get play moving through Galea. Plays in support here, and Galea looking to get forward. Kerwood Wagner peels out wide in a crossing position here, plays it into the air. It's a dangerous ball for Lockhart, just unable to steer that one on target, and it's over the bar. Touch there from Galea. Did well to bring the one under a spell ahead of Sandu. Tarrant looking to get forward from defence. Well played there from Tarrant. Does well to get past Sandu into the area, and Cooling did well to stop that one dead and clear it away. In a battle between someone like Akeisha Sandu with so much experience up against Tarrant, who's only in her second senior appearance for Heidelberg, going again up against Sandu and did really well. Goes to ground, and that's going to be a free kick going to Heidelberg. So, again, such a good battle between those two in the last couple of minutes. Just over 83 minutes played here, and Akeisha Sandu for that free kick in a bit of pain here. So, not what we want to be seeing in the last few minutes of this game. Really solid performance from Sandu today at left back, one of the premier left backs in the competition. still have Alana Filipovic and Olivia Edwards on the bench. So we need to make another substitution. Sanders slowly getting back to her feet and making her way off here after a heavy challenge. She did give away the free kick though, so South will have to defend with 10 for the time being. Heidelberg get back another consolation here. Steph Galea standing over this free kick. Galea floats it into the area, not a bad ball in at all. Mason was waiting for it. Here's Lockhart. Strong challenge from Yamano, and it's going to be a free kick going to Heidelberg for a high boot against Yamano. So Keely Lockhart now standing over this free kick. Can Heidelberg get another one back here in the late stages of this one? Lockhart steps up, floats it into the area. It's not a bad ball in at all. It was Hasten who got ahead to it. Off a South Melbourne player last. Nope, it's out for a goal kick. So pressure relieved there for the visitors. They are 4 goals to the good. I just don't want to concede any more than they already have. Looks like we are going to get a substitution here from South Melbourne. They are going to empty the bench here. And he's also going to be a goalkeeper substitution as well. Christina Esposito's day comes to an end. An opportunity for Ayana Ayagi coming on. So a couple of changes here. Sorry, 3 changes for South Melbourne. Tiffany Eliadis as well coming off. Jessica Sheehan as well coming on here. There is that goalkeeper swap. There'll be Filipovic as well on here for the final few minutes of this game. So an opportunity here for a couple of South Melbourne youngsters. Alana Filipovic as well coming across from Bulleen. Jess Sheehan back in the squad after being out. I've only played the one game against Bentley Greens earlier this season, but back in the squad today. Opportunity here as well for Yagi. A debut for the new signing coming across from Calder United. They played from Tarrant, coming up from defence. For a throw in here for the Burgers. Tarrant gets things moving quickly. Kerwood Wagner. Can get past Byrne across towards Matsuda, and it's cleared away. Reflection on that clearance there. Byrne, Lahopoulos, Galea looking to get through, and Byrne steps up and clears it away with ease. Galea. Furukawa. Furukawa with a brace today has really been a difference maker since joining South Melbourne. That first goal of the game inside the opening couple of minutes, then adding a second has caused all sorts of problems today. Long towards Raquel Dorales, still looking for that first goal in South Melbourne colours. She's a few opportunities today, was really electric in that first half. Miata getting back and clears it away. South's just controlling things this last minute or so and looking just to see out this contest. Calling, going long towards Doralis and Furukawa. She's in behind. She's on a hat-trick here, Furukawa, but Bailey did well coming off her line. Nikki Furukawa, so close to adding a third and a sixth for South Melbourne. Westland winning the header. And there from Galea, Flahopoulos. Play on's the call there. Galea looking to play it through towards Kerwood Wagner. She just lost her balance. And Alana Byrne did really well to marshal her out of the way and win back possession. Miata. There from Ingles. Lockhart. Through was actually the run coming from Heidi Dry from deep. Long range effort there from Matsuda. It's gone well wide in the end there from the Japanese attacker, who did miss a penalty in the second half. Bundled it home on the rebound, but of course didn't touch Christina Esposito. Due to the double touch rule, her rebound which ended up in the back of the net, was ruled out. So 4 minutes of added time here, coming to a close here in this match of the round. South Melbourne, oh so close, securing yet another victory. 3 wins in a row. Their undefeated start set to continue. Heidelberg set to taste defeat for the first time this season. The first time that they've lost here at Olympic Village since round 6 last year, almost a year ago. Against South Melbourne, of course, it was the last team to beat them here. So their return home for the first time in 2025 will be one to forget for the Burgers. Here's Westland. Romano sending it long. Zoralis nodding it on towards Furukawa. Zoralis chases it down and has an effort on goal, but bounces wide. Into the final seconds of this one. We had South Melbourne back in action against Brunswick Juventus at home next week. Heidelberg on the road against Alamein. See how the Burgers do respond next week against Alamein, who have a bit of a tough task for most teams this year. South did beat them 3-0 last week, so a fascinating one at Dorothy Laver Reserve. Cooling. H couldn't keep it alive, and it's out for a throw-in. Matsuda. Here's Tarrant. Well played there by Sheehan, and she puts it out for a throw-in. Is looking to manufacture perhaps one last chance on goal to add a second. And a throw in here. Matsuda. And a throw in. So a corner here for Heidelberg. Last few seconds of this one. And one more just to Another consolation from this one, Miata. Skip away past Filipovic, and it's up for a goal kick. So more seconds off the clock here for the visitors. Set to close in on win number 4, or the win number 3 of the season, the third consecutive win, but 4 games unbeaten to start the new year. And that's that. 3 points in the bag for South Melbourne. A resounding win, a statement win against the reigning champions. 5-1 the final score here. Nikki Furukawa opened the scoring for South Melbourne. For the second added by Alana Byrne. Tiffany Eliadis made it 3 to South Melbourne before half-time. Misha Westland added a 4th from the spot after the break before Furukawa made it 5. Heidelberg did manage to get one back through Keely Lockhart and had a penalty missed from Sawa Matsuda, but it was South Melbourne who were able to come away with the 3 points and continue their brilliant start to the season. Heidelberg suffered defeat at home for the first time since round 6 last year. And the reigning champions suffer their first defeat of 2025 by the same token. South Melbourne now looking to continue their brilliant start to the season next week against Brunswick Juventus at home, while Heidelberg on the road against Alamein next weekend. But thank you very much for your company here on the NPL Victoria YouTube page for this NPLW Victoria match and around. Plenty more football right across the state continuing here on the NPL Victoria channel, so stay tuned to that. But for myself, Nick Tabano, signing off here at Olympic Village with South Melbourne the winners here. Final score, Heidelberg United 1, South Melbourne 5.